What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel and thanks so much for tuning in. Today, I want to talk about my favorites, my July beauty favorites, including makeup and skincare. So let's go ahead and get started. So as far as face makeup goes, I've kind of been all over the place, trying different blushes and bronzers and eyeshadows, even the foundation. Like I've been using my trusty Pat McGrath foundation and concealer as well, but recently this month I also tried the LA Girl Pro Matte HD foundation that I also really like. So I like these, it's what I've been using a lot, but no real consistency there, you know what I mean? What I have been consistent with has really been driven by summer heat, especially summer heat down here in Texas. It is my Huda Beauty Resting Boss Face Setting Spray. I bought this last year when she launched it. I'm pretty sure it would make sense if it was before last summer because the point is to totally set your face such that it is entirely budge-proof, sweat-proof, etc. It was a real asset to have last summer, and so when I noticed that, you know, with it being blazingly hot outside, plus wearing a mask and noticing that I was definitely seeing some movement of makeup around my mask area, I remember that this is kind of what saved my skin all of that last summer. So I reached back, this is the same bottle as last year because I really don't tend to use it in the cooler months. Reached back into it and remembered how much I loved it. It is heavily fragranced. That is probably nothing new if you watched reviews on this, have just heard people generally talk about it. It's very heavily fragranced, so if those bother you, irritate your skin, or just give you headaches, you probably want to stay away from this. I am not bothered by it though, and so I happily use it because it's really effective at keeping your makeup on. I was also intrigued, I saw Wayne Goss do a review of Charlotte Tilbury's new very similar sort of priming and setting spray, and he has an amazing demo where he primes his hand with it, puts eyeshadows on, and then sets his hand with it, and it is like scrub-proof, budge-proof. But it, like the Huda Beauty, is apparently very heavily fragranced, which is unfortunate that there isn't, you know, another non-fragranced option. And that, I think, was the main thing he didn't like about it either, but I was tempted to try it just knowing that I am less bothered by fragrance and stuff like that because those were some seriously impressive results. So let me know if you tried this, if you tried both, let me know the differences or what you think between the two down in the comments below because I am tempted. This has gotten me back into using setting sprays, not just for taking the powderiness out of makeup, but for actually setting and making your makeup budge-proof throughout the day. Next up, the LA Girl Neon Liners. I actually just talked about these, like literally in the video before this one that I will link down below if you want to see it, because I review them and swatch them more in depth. But basically, I made a big LA Girl purchase that was entirely driven by your recommendation of these liners. I was looking to replace some ColourPop cream gel liners that, while they come in fun, funky colors, are not reliably available in those fun, funky colors because they're constantly bringing new colors, discontinuing stuff. So you guys recommended these to me and y'all were right, like plain and simple. Today I'm actually wearing this blue one in my waterline, and this is in the shade Electric, and I've kind of fallen back into that habit. I feel like a lot of us, I personally felt like it started on YouTube a couple years back where the pop of color everyone would go for was like a teal or a blue or an aqua on the lower lash line. And I was kind of feeling that today. So this is what I'm wearing there, but have also really loved the pinks and not just as liners, but using these as eyeshadow bases because they are so creamy. They blend out, like they diffuse really evenly across the lid. So you can wear them alone, as liner, alone as a base, under your eyeshadow, especially to help give like shimmery or multichromatic shadows more dimension. The possibilities here are endless, and they've been so fun to play with in the summer. Next up, I have some favorite lip products, and mixing my lip products has been a favorite this month, and that will probably not be a surprise to you if you caught my review of the collaboration between Moitié Cosmetics and Jen Loves Reviews. She partnered with them to create 3 new shades of their long-lasting liquid lipsticks. The premise behind the shades is that they're supposed to mix with the rest of your lipsticks to create new, unique shades that might be more flattering or more wearable for you. I have a review of that, and then I also partnered with Alexandria here on YouTube, and between the two of us, we mixed all 3 of these shades with 5 of our own lipsticks in our collection. So 10 lipsticks between the two of us and 60 lip swatches when all was said and done, so no wonder our lips hurt. But anywho, if you want to see a ton of lip combinations using this trio that Jen launched with Ofra, and also hear our thoughts on them, you can go check that out. But that video really inspired me to get mixing not just these, but my other lip products as well, and just kind of rediscovering the fun of playing with makeup in that way. But the shade that I have found myself really drawn towards has been the long-lasting liquid lipstick from Jen's collection in the shade Revive. I love how this lightens and brightens up any lipstick shade I have. I talked about it in the video, but in short, it basically makes any lip shade you have like pastel or almost neon feeling. And the two lip shades that I've really liked mixing them with have been these from House of Uni. One I swatched in that video. This is the shade Irie. It's this hot, hot pink, which is absolutely gorgeous worn alone. But when you mix it with this shade Revive, it becomes like this hot pastel slash neon shade. And just in general, it's pretty fun when you see it mixed with the other shades too. It was kind of unexpected, I thought, but I really like it mixed with Revive. And then the one that I'm wearing today is, again, from House of Uni, their liquid lipstick in Rum Cake, which is one of my absolute favorite shades from them of all time. And again, I have that mixed with Revive here on my lips as well. I think I gravitate towards Revive because whenever I do even an eye that is slightly bold, I always feel the need to downplay my lips. But for whatever reason, I reach for a lipstick that is bolder than anticipated, thinking I can kind of pull it off, but it's always a little bit too bold. I feel like the whole look is a little bit overdone, and so this just feels more natural for me to tone down whatever lip color I'm grabbing to help it balance out with a dramatic eye, which is exactly what I did here today. I love how bold and colorful and almost terracotta orange Rum Cake is, but for the eye look I'm wearing today, it just felt a little bit too much to balance things out, and so I mixed Revive with it, and sure enough, love the way it looks. Also, these are all very long-lasting liquid lipsticks. The House of Uni ones even more so than those from Ofra. So together they create something that's totally transfer-proof but also comfortable, and especially when you're wearing masks these days, that's all we can hope for, right? Some transfer-proof lipsticks. Okay, next up, you guys, these are life-changing. They are lash glue eyeliner pens, and they make applying traditional eyelashes so much easier. I haven't done a full review of these yet. I have two brands so far that I've been trying, and I want to do a full review and comparison, so I won't go into too much details, but basically the premise here, I'll use the shade that I'm wearing today. This one is from Moitié Cosmetics, which actually last month I tried their 10-day lashes, and I did a review, and I also included them in my favorites because they're phenomenal, but they recently kind of got in on this whole lash glue liner pen situation, and so they sent me the three shades that they have, clear, black, and brown. I'm testing the brown today, and the premise behind these is that they are an eyeliner pen, a felt tip eyeliner pen that you run along your lash line just like you would any other eyeliner, but because it's lash glue, it is tacky. You take your traditional lash strip, you put it on top, and it stays like it would if you were using normal, gloopy, messy lash glue. But there is no dry time. There is no waiting to see, are your lashes dry enough to apply? Are they too dry? Are you gonna have to reposition them and end up with a mess on your eyelid? None of that. You control exactly where it goes, and then it stays like super sticky so that it sticks to your lashes, and then your lashes stay on all day. What? There are some nuances that I will talk about when I do that review, but basically you can get these from a few brands at this point. I have tried these from Moitié and then two from Kiss, a clear and a black glue pen. And so far, they're all pretty amazing. And as a result, I have also been buying normal lashes. Who am I? Full strip lashes without magnets? Like, who would have thought? But the lashes that I've really been liking, and I really need to get more because I just kind of grabbed these knowing that I think these were styles I liked in the past, way back when, are the Ardell Faux Mink. Do these have a number? I don't know. Oh, it says 817. So they're the Ardell Faux Mink 817s, and these are the lashes that I'm wearing today. They kind of are, they're definitely longer in the center and then more tapered on either edge. And that's not a style I typically go for. Normally, I go for wispies. Who doesn't love a good wispy from Ardell? They get nice and flared out here at the corner. The band with these is like nearly invisible, so it looks as close to natural lashes as you can get, but for the fact that you have this ultra glam flare. But for the sake of trying something different, I did go for the Faux Mink 817s, and I really like them. I like how they add a lot of fullness, a little bit of extra curl to my lashes. It's not, it's not the style that I thought I was gonna like, but it turns out I really love them, and they feel a little bit longer across the band than demi wispies. So sometimes I find that the wispies, if I bring it all the way out to where I like the outer flare, they don't come in quite in far enough in my inner corner, whereas the 817s just seem like they have a longer lash band. It's harder to tell where they end on the inside and the outside of my eye. So I don't know. I definitely have plans to try so many more styles now though, because I can apply them. I don't absolutely hate the process, and it doesn't take me 20-30 minutes just to apply lashes. So let me know what your favorite lashes are down in the comments below, because I got big plans. I have big plans to try lots of different lashes now. Okay, now let's move on to skincare. Last month I talked about a new to me brand called Sidoni Skincare and Beauty, and I bought from them their vitamin C serum and their enzyme night cream. They ended up seeing that video and got in touch with me wanting to give me like a full-on skin consult, not just with, their products, but knowing my regular skincare routine and just working with what I had in my collection, kind of knowing my personalized skin issues. Because I mentioned that video, I'm struggling with and still struggling with breakouts like hormonal around my chin area. So they worked out a routine for me and ended up sending me more of their product. And from those, I have some new favorites, including these, which it was a little too early to tell whether these were like long-term favorites, because I personally need such a long time to see a difference, understand how it's going to perform long-term with like all of the hormonal cycles my skin goes through. And these have really stood the test of time so far after a month of use, especially the vitamin C serum. It's so thick and moisturizing, but as someone with combo skin, not overly thick to the point where it feels like my skin is suffocating and just gonna bust out a breakout the next day. And with all of the excess sun exposure that I am just inevitably, incidentally getting in summer, this is really good for keeping my skin even and bright and giving extra sun protection when I pair it with my SPF. But some of the new to me things that I'm absolutely loving are the oil cleanser. This, especially now using these lash liner eyeliner pens, the one thing I should mention is that they are very long-lasting, very steadfast, and they kind of came into my life at the appropriate time because I absolutely need this oil cleanser to remove this eyeliner pen. I mean, the oil cleanser itself is amazing at removing all of my makeup, and it's not so heavy after I cleanse my skin after this with like a traditional cream or gel cleanser. It doesn't leave my skin feeling excessively greasy or oily or, again, just suffocated, making me feel like I'm gonna develop a massive breakout the next day. It's really gentle, but really effective, and especially effective at removing that eyeliner and like tough to remove mascara and things like that. The one thing is, it is pretty significantly fragranced. It's like a little bit of a floral, I can't describe, I find it to be really pleasant. And again, I haven't had any issues with it. Otherwise I would have discontinued use, but just a heads up, again, I know people, sometimes their skin can be sensitive or get sensitized to fragrances, or it can even, give you headaches, although you really rinse this off. So once it's gone, I don't notice that scent lingering, but just in case, do know that it has a little bit of a fragrance to it. And the other product of theirs that I've been absolutely loving has been their Refreshing Cloud Cream. And they couldn't have picked a more perfect name, because that's exactly what it does. It hydrates. It's my morning moisturizer, so I will cleanse my skin, and then I will go in with my vitamin C serum, and then this, and then an SPF over top of that. And this just serves to add some extra hydration to my skin before I put on that SPF moisture barrier over top. It's hard to describe. I hope you can kind of see by the close-up that I'll show you here the texture, or maybe I'll get a little dollop out, because cloud is like the perfect word for it. I've never experienced a cream or a whipped moisturizer quite like this, specifically in texture, because it is so light. You apply it to your skin. Again, I have a combo skin type, so I do tend to watch out for feeling excessively hydrated or moisturized, especially in my T-zone, but I can develop kind of texture due to dehydration around my cheeks and the perimeter of my face right here. So this really helps balance that out without sitting or feeling too heavy on the skin, unlike the enzyme night cream that I also really like, but it's definitely a heavier texture. It's definitely a night cream, whereas the Refreshing Cloud Cream like sinks into your skin, feels like nothing's there. And especially with the vitamin C serum, it is just like the perfect level of moisture and hydration especially to go under a full face of makeup. So that is an update on my experience with Sidoni. And oh, since I last talked about them in last month's favorites video, they've actually partnered with Project Beauty, which is a local Dallas nonprofit that I work with, to give a discount code. You can use Project Beauty 15 for 15% off your purchase, and 10% of your purchase will get donated to Project Beauty. So in case you were considering this, we're kind of on the fence because you weren't sure if something would work out for you, know that that's available. I will link to Sidoni as well as Project Beauty in case you want to learn more about the brand or the organization before you make your purchase. All of that will be down in the description below. And that's it. Those are all my favorites, guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I would love to hear what you've been loving in the month of July down in the comments. Yes, not the description, the comments. Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.